Hey you guys, how's it going? Jesus, okay. It triggers me so much to see somebody with a roster this powerful who just still doesn't have their stat focus set. It's a nasty roster. Hey, Pablo TC, welcome. Yeah, y'all remember how the other day I was talking about massive whales who don't compete in Tier 1 war? Look no further. Hey, Mookie, welcome back. I really don't think I can win this. Like, I'm gonna do my best, but I feel completely hopeless. That's pretty intense, TC. I don't know, man. I have no idea what to do here. Yeah, of course that's the correct call. I think I just need to throw this one. That's funny, Travis. Yeah, that's fine. We're taking stupid risks there, but like... Man, maybe we didn't even need to? How are they not done yet? Alright, well... See, that's... I didn't follow my own rules. I got in my own head. Because how many times have I said, you still need to... Don't be stupid. Play the smart way. You don't need to try and make something magical happen. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Let them mess up. Because they shouldn't have scored anywhere near that low. But you need to let them mess up. Like, again, there's basically no way I win this. But we'd be in a better position if I had gone for it in the first round, so let's make sure to do it again. No! I didn't even mean to hit it, I was just dodging. You jerk. That's okay. It's okay. Hey, Dilly. I didn't realize Chiel's sidesteps were quite that bad. I knew that was risky. I didn't think it was going to go that far. All right. Well, that's nice. Okay, so I place Shuri, and I have options, and we just hope that we slow them down enough, because this last round, I actually feel okay about. No! No! I was dodging! You... And then I heavied and nothing happened. Cool. Love that. Love this. Here, boy. God, the start of that was so bad. No, I know. I intellectually know that black hole, and I just didn't commit to playing well on my end. I let myself give in to despair. Okay, we turned it around. Hey, Min, how's it going? I didn't realize a few months ago that Mike worked for Kabam until I looked at the Source Rex account. That's funny. Alright, at least I got practice for that matchup. I think if I run into that again, I don't back up at the start, and I just use Counterpunch to intercept as much as possible, and just get to the striker quickly, and use that to get up Armor Shattered. I think that is the smarter way to do that. So we at least got one learning out of that fiasco. Oh well. Can't you just counterpunch into the heavy? Yeah, you can. I don't know why I'm comfortable doing that against Zola and it didn't occur to me here. Yeah, appreciate the show. Uh, I'm like a medium chocolate fan, but yes, I can tell the difference between like the good stuff and your typical Hershey. And I mean that with minimal shade to Hershey because the fancy Hershey is pretty solid. 7. Okay. Nasty. This one has their stat focus set and they have spark. That's not a good sign. I had the same feeling, Black Hole. Like I knew what Yelena's kit was already, obviously, when we went to play or when I went to go see the movie. I don't know, man. But even so, I came out of it and I was like, I want her on my account more. Florence Pugh is just fantastic. Nice, Tilly. Yeah, the Hershey Special Dark Chocolate isn't bad. That's probably the most mass produced thing that I'm okay with personally. Thanks, Jason. Take care, man. Talk to you later. Yeah, just the instant Luma pick. Yeah, I'm definitely disappointed that they dropped the ball on Blade. That's fair. Yeah, they just stopped with Blade, as far as I heard. It has been, quote, indefinitely postponed. Bro! That block really looked stable. I'm so angry. Like, it probably doesn't matter because they probably had a good bullseye fight, but Jesus. No, we would have won. We would have... That special 2 was such nonsense. Oh, that really ticks me off. And I'm sure you couldn't tell. Pretty good fight until then. Many clubs. No! He faked me out. That's fine. Not the best. Oh, I know, TC. But I always feel pretty silly starting a Battlegrounds stream and then stopping it. Yeah, I've addressed that a few times easy. I don't think I'll go over the reason again. But hi, how's it going? You're doing well. Not really pushing at all, Mookie. I'm just practicing. Oof. That's rough canvas. Mm. That Lumitrix is gonna rankle me for a while. Alright. Go away. Go away. Go away. Don't even ask that stuff, Alex. Like, come on. If it hasn't been announced, you think the first word's gonna be here? Hey, DLL. Or, excuse me. Hey, Wolf. I was already reading yours. Hey. No, see, that's the thing, Alex. Everybody always says, oh, no harm in asking, or didn't know. But, like, no, I, I do feel like you kind of should. Because if you were in my position, like, just use empathy for, like, a second there. Like, what response are you expecting? I know you've apologized, and everyone always does. And then I just get asked by somebody else who didn't think beforehand the next day anyway. I'm sorry that this annoys me and that you're getting the brunt of it right now. I really am. But it wears thin. Most streamers don't get asked for leaks 3 or 4 times a stream. Most employees also don't stream. I know what I'm signing up for. I just reserve the right to handle it better some days than others. Okay. Nah, it's okay, TC. It's okay. We don't have to pile on. That's funny, Dilly. All right. Who do I want to use here? I mean, they're going to use Shothra there. I don't know why I did that. That was dumb. I probably should have saved Serpent for, like, No, I don't know. This is fine. I don't know. I don't think this was the... I don't think this was a great placement for me. Man, I just love when Enchantress lags during her special one. It's so much fun. No, ma'am. I had the striker ready and everything. Oh, I mean, we were gonna lose anyway, but holy. 0 to hero right there. Oh, don't put that don't put that pressure on me, Pablo. Okay. That's really funny, Pablo. I turned around. That's stress relief. That is stress relief. I need to mess with my emote deck. It's a little outdated. Realistically being a scrub. Dude, after this stream, freaking felt. Very much depends on the matchup, TC. Oh, Spider Ham is good for both. Yeah, this is a tough one. Okay. So that's why I put Thanos down, because our opponent actually had, from an RPG standpoint, very good options for both of ours, and this is purely me gambling on the biggest possible health pool. No kidding, Mookie. God, did I need that? Oh, hey, I can play the game. Yeah, those were the other options, TC. I don't believe the next nodes have been announced yet. Yeah, I hear that easy. That depends, Gudra, on a number of things. Um, I would say, like, first off, it depends on how precious the mats are to you. Like, I don't think Battlegrounds matters enough to me right now that I would make a rank 4 decision based exclusively on Battlegrounds, and especially not on a single Glad Circuit meta. Um, but when I picked my rank 4s, it was there. It was there in my mind as like a, okay, these champions are good in Battlegrounds at least some of the time. And so I think that's kind of where it comes down to, right? Like, somebody like Thanos or Serpent or Kashala, if that's the kind of character that you're looking at ranking up because you think they'll help right now, go for it, right? Um, I'm trying to think of like where my breaking point would be, because I'm like going down like a lot of the other characters that are great here, and it's like Venom. No, Venom's always good. Chieelth is always good. The thing is, Guardian is usually good, but maybe that's something I could point to. Like, for where my account is, I don't think I would rank for Guardian for how good he is in this meta, right? Yeah, I think that's how I would put it. But if I wanted to rank Guardian for other reasons, or if it was somebody who is a little bit more timeless, then, like, yeah, absolutely. I did rank 3 Guardian and Venom for this meta. But, like, again, those are both great characters that arguably I should have ranked a long time ago. So ranking them in quotes for this meta is fine, uh, if that makes sense. Hey, John, how's it going, man? Yeah, again, it kind of depends on how precious the mats are, Kudra, but yeah, like I said, I took up 2 or 3 rank 3s. And that's not counting the Omega Days characters I took up, because that was like 4 more that were all good in Battlegrounds. Okay, I haven't looked at this in a um the Thanos is really good. So is the Kitty. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do this for now. Also, heads up to y'all. I know, like, the next, I don't know, 12 or 15 emotes that are coming, and we've got some absolute bangers on the way. This meta made me so soulless I hardly used emotes. Man, that's dark. I hope you feel better soon. Oh, but I understand. ¿Qué es esto? Okay. Ah, go away. Guardian does get something from this meta. He gets the Fury from the Shock. It's a relatively small thing for his cash out, but it's quite nice on the way. No, it is literally a damage boost per se, then. Oh, gotcha, clubs. Gotcha. Maybe both of you were talking about Gentle. No, thank you. No rank 4 Starkey. Shadow Realm with you. That unfortunately means I have to leave open Scream and Okoye. Okay. This is going to be a stressful 10 minutes. Hey, Mike, welcome. Yeah, I like Gentle a lot. I've been muting emoji spammers. Yeah, no, that is a smart call. I guess we're not using Domino today. I didn't see it in my deck. I guess I don't have the Goblin GG, do I? Did I? Was that like the one season I missed Glad Circuit, maybe? It must have been. Absolutely, Mookie. That's like, oh, okay. You really care about Battlegrounds. Welp. Baby Deadpool emote is so close to an auto mute. I am not feeling amazing about this. I think our opponent might not be feeling amazing either, but yeah, I haven't paid a ton of attention to the emotes clubs other than just the ones that you automatically get. So there's a very good chance I've just missed some. Any reason for not snagging the Dazzler for their bullseye? Just because she isn't duped. I know that she's still, like, okay, but mainly that. I've never done this matchup. That hitbox is so stupid. I shouldn't have used the striker there. That was a horrific waste. Whoops. Okay, that could have been cleaner. Helped that they threw it. Zola never had enough charges to apply sleep against me there, TC. So I don't fully follow your question. Light start? Oh, I'm so out of practice on that one. I appreciate the shout, though. No. That sucked. No! 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 That's... Thanks, Bubs. Oh, that would have been completely fine if those dexes had been dexes and not parries. Alright, pretty sure we lose to Scream here. It does feel like 100%, absolutely. Interesting. Yeah, I understand that about Photon. The problem is, I think I might not be running max Limber. I think I may be running 4. And so, given how long the stuns against me have been, I'm pretty sure stunning with Photon is a fantastic way for me to eat a combo. I could be wrong, but just based on the fact that I was getting 2 combos from each of those reflected stuns, in the in all of my accidental parries earlier, I yeah, I thought about it and intentionally did not take that gamble. The Kushala Bullseye matchup is pretty good, but yeah, I am missing a number of his best options. Hey, Robert. I honestly haven't kept track of all of the various ways one can theoretically get light essence. But given where we are in the saga, I'm guessing we're nearly done. So yeah, you probably do need to spend 40 if you want to pick them up. Yeah, honestly, I didn't really track my spending for Lumitrix directly because the Valiant weekly deals are pretty solid anyway. But I probably picked up 3 or 4 of them on the way, and that was worth it for me for sure. Oh, I don't know that you should give me enough credit to lump me in with the guys at Quantum and above our tech. But yes, that is why I banned them. Alright, I'm gonna soft keep Serpent for Lumitrix because that fight was going pretty well until I took a special 2 to the face and lost 90% of my health in 3 seconds. Thanos also works very, very well. I actually looked for Bullseye and didn't see him, so... Oops. Nice, Cannabis. It's a good rank for sure. I know Spiral can do this, but, let's go. Yeah, it's fine. Failed intercept was frustrating. If we hadn't gotten hit by those two, I would feel very, very good about this. Oh, that's not what bothers me about Werewolf. What bothers me about Werewolf is the overlapping triggers on the Unstoppable. I think it's because when one of them goes on cooldown, another one can still happen, and then that throws me. Yeah, I don't like that. Most of my issues with Defenders are animation based, though. Like Anti-Venom, Stealth Spidey, Doc Ock, anyone with just Shocker, anyone with stupid medium attacks. Okay. Yeah. Like, Venom isn't that dangerous, unless his attack is boosted and then he hits you and then you die horribly. But very annoying. Zemo does not. No. Zemo has mildly annoying animations, But what bothers me is specifically champions where it feels like the hitboxes don't line up with their visuals, and when their basic combos cover a lot of ground quickly. Zemo is neither of those. Strange win streak. Yeah, can't get offended by that. I imagine Quantum 1 is probably about my ceiling, too. If I can get into Mysterium, that'd be great. Noted clubs. Well, oh no, wait, we haven't changed that yet. Yeah. I do intend to, so many things to do, man. This game is huge. And I'm not even responsible for that much of it. But yeah, I do want to fix the Zemo baiting problem at some point. I feel like anyone with a rank 4 Dark Phoenix is just going to ban all of my good options, and so I just need to deal with her, but... Jesus, this deck. See, this is why I almost didn't matchmake. The things that we're leaving open here. Oh, hey, it is you. And see? Look, this little jerk, who I've definitely never met before, banned my Tigra and my Hood. Gotta get rid of the Dark Phoenix. Maw's Special 2 doesn't bother me. That hitbox is appropriate, it's just tight. Future Ant-Man's VFX are... I'm gonna go with interesting. I didn't even see the emote he used. Not gonna lie. Ah. Some offense taken, Dilly. I think his Battlegrounds deck is good enough you're allowed to root for me. Yeah. Joe is solid for sure. Yep. Can Luke work for Mean Gene? Yeah, but you're gambling. Sir! parry was some grade A bovine excrement. I was quick off of that. I say you ran into some farm animal droppings yourself, but well played. 6! Yeah. Oh. I'm targeting what I can get, Min, but Mysterium would be nice. You have to get creative to maintain a filter, Dilly. But thank you. I was just about to say my kingdom for some crits. Crits, crits, crits. Lord. I thought I was in trouble with all of those armor and his resist procs. Very well played, sir. That was fun. Venom is great. Very happy that I have him at rank 3 now. Okay. Been streaming for an hour. New, probably all-time high on my point record. I think that's a good place to pause. I may take a look at the side quest, because I am enjoying hanging out with y'all, but I think that is enough Battlegrounds for today. GG's. Grandma smacking the back of my head when I said BS. Oh, I assume you mean the actual thing, but yes, okay. Whether you mean the initialism or the actual word, it's funny either way. Both are appropriately Southern. Venom is much more fun when I don't use a special one. Yeah, but then you lose your unique buffs and you lose your crits and then you lose your bleeds. That ain't worth it. Please bark for a bit. Oh, I know. So real quick on the Southern thing, I took my parents and my aunt and my wife to a musical today called Das Barbecue. U with an umlaut over it at the end. And the quick pitch for it is that it is the complete story of Wagner's Ring, but condensed into a 2-hour musical and set in, like, West Texas. It was so much fun. The whole thing has, like, these Norse gods speaking in southern shade. It was so good. It may have been a little bit like an acid trip. I think The thing that hooked me was literally the opening song because they were singing like a hoedown style, violins and honky tonk piano going up behind us on the second floor. There's five cast members, and they were singing like giving a history of what had happened, and they covered all of the plot of Das Rheingold, like the first of the four operas, in like 2.5 minutes. And I was like, oh, okay, we're skipping straight to the good stuff. Oh, it was so much fun. The cast was really great. It was a very small theater, so they were like right in our faces. Yeah, it was so much fun. Two screen time poison to attend an opera. That is an excellent reason to force yourself to go to an opera, man. Call it a detox. Yeah, it was great. And then we went to one of our favorite pizza places downtown. Had a bunch of, as my dad likes to call it, frou frou pizza, and it was delicious. Yeah, me too, easy. This was definitely more musical, but on the opera front, within the last month or so, we saw this very avant-garde newish piece based on a Lars von Trier film, if that serves as a warning to any of y'all. It was in English, set in Scotland. Really weird, artsy, dark plot, but very well done. The text setting was brilliant. And then the next weekend, we saw Tannhäuser, both of them down in Houston. And we've kind of been seeing more opera lately because one of my good friends down here is actually the principal harpist of the Houston Opera, which, clap for her because that's awesome. But yeah, it's been really nice having the excuse to go down there more often. We had been seeing musicals a fair bit, and we're going to keep doing that. Yeah, I need to be near a big city. I love that side of culture so much, and the way I put it to someone was that, like, obviously my education and first profession was in classical music performance. And now that I'm not in that, but I have the money to buy tickets, I see it as like almost an obligation, but not really because then it wouldn't be fun to go back and buy tickets myself and be a patron of the arts and pay it forward. But yeah, I love this stuff. Feel like I would get along well with your family. There's a decent chance, Dilly. My dad's actually from California, but he has developed a distinct drawl after living here for almost 30 years. we are. I was just talking to him at pizza about how we're probably going to go see Bob Dylan and Willie Nelson nearby when they come through later this, what you call it, later this summer. Would go to an opera, but sadly don't have any fun ones here. You might be surprised if you look around TC. There's some good companies out there. You're probably not going to find a great production of Die Walküre, but like, yeah, you might be surprised. Like even going to student operas can be great if you've got a university anywhere near you with a decent music program. I went to a fair number of student operas when I was in undergrad, especially. Played in a few as well. I've been to a few productions of The Magic Flute on that basis. Was in the pit for one of them. Yeah, opera's cool. Last time I went to an opera, it wasn't in English or Dutch, so I had no clue what was going on. Oh, I cannot handle opera without super titles, Pablo. That's a rough experience. Thought DLL was from the West Coast. I was born in California, but we moved to Texas when I was 5. So I've lived here basically my whole life, other than, being away for undergrad and then grad school, and then my wife's grad school. And we came back a few years ago when I started working for Kabam. When you see an opera, you have to do a little bit of homework. Yeah, I do generally like opera and musicals are an art form where I kind of think you should throw spoilers out the window. Reading the synopsis before the act is usually pretty helpful. And I find that, like, the good operas, it's not even really a spoiler, right? Because, like, the big beats aren't that surprising, right? People fall in love. Something terrible happens to make their love difficult. They sing about how sad they are. The soprano probably dies. The opera ends. Like, that fits a lot of them, but the good stuff is the music in between and how they handle it and the staging decisions people make and the actual performance of the artists. And it's just, like, that stuff can't be spoiled. Sorry, Paul. Season ticket holder for the Ottawa Opera Company? Absolutely. Can I scroll right a bit? Yeah. What were you hoping to... Oh, you just wanted me to put the thing thumbnail on the screen, don't you, TC? Live in Iowa, so I know that thing is going on here. What's the major city in Iowa? Is that Des Moines, or am I thinking of the wrong Great Plains state? I imagine there's something solid up there. One of my best teachers um mostly performed in, like, regional operas around Ohio. There's some really good talents out there. Country doesn't even have operas. Now that I can understand. That's very fair. But then there's other kinds of culture, right? Like, what was it? I really my sister-in-law is a master in Indian classical dance, and so we went to see her Samarpan several years ago, like her graduation performance. For those who don't know the word, and that was really cool too. Like, there's always something. Yeah, culture's cool, y'all. I know someone that went to Germany just to go to an opera. My wife and I built a whole trip to the UK around going to a rock concert and then added musicals and symphony concerts on top of it. I like going to the opera, but I can't ever find someone to go with me. That I feel, yeah. I One of the reasons my wife and I are together is because we are both so willing to spend hours consuming art together. It's a pretty important thing for us. I know the general story of Agamemnon, Min, but I'm not familiar with that specific play. That's okay, Ryan. Yeah, I could see that easy. I think it kind of depends. I don't think you need to be listening to it all the way through. But I think the synopsis helps. And it kind of depends on the opera, right? Like, I would not recommend someone go see The Ring Cycle as their first opera. Because The Ring Cycle, I think, to fully appreciate, you do need to do some homework. You need to know some of the principal leitmotifs and what they represent, and, like, you need to have some idea of the overarching story, because otherwise each individual opera is going to feel weird. But, like, you don't need that to go see Don Giovanni. You can just go see Mozart write about a womanizer. Medea. That's so funny, Mookie. That is so funny. I hope she had a good time after she recovered from the shock. Nice clubs. Yeah, stand up is great, TC. We went to a stand up show last night. Funnily enough. Don Giovanni I was talking about. Well, you also said that I don't know, it sounded like you didn't have super titles. I wouldn't want to watch Don Giovanni without super titles for the first time. It is a very accessible opera if you have translations. Katak. Easy. Although, my mother-in-law did quite a bit of Bharatanatyam. I was not ready. That's fair enough. Okay, what is the... I missed the first week. I feel like I miss one of these every week. But I do need a Saga tagged champion specifically for Ghost Rider. Okay, let's do this. Oh, that's right. It's one of these optional ones. Okay. Ah, I remember this. This is an annoying spread of RPG asks. But this should be fine. Don't forget to use Saga Champs. But just for... I just realized all of them are. But you only need one for Ghost Rider, right? You don't need one for all of the fights. Yeah, going to concerts is great, Black Hole. I mean, I recommend people stretch themselves and try consuming art that you're not sure you'll like, but that doesn't mean that you have to consume the Western classical canon, right? Like, I love good symphony works, operas, choir, like choral shows. I literally went down to a church downtown with my brother to watch a choir that was in from London perform. That was fantastic for me, but like, that doesn't have to be true for everyone. I just think life is richer with some kind of art. Spotify day lists help. I love Spotify day lists. I use them a lot, and it's the main reason I haven't kicked Spotify. But I will say that they don't count as supporting art. But that is kind of taking the conversation into a different place. Nothing like charging Mangog's heavy just does not connect. Yeah, I'm definitely not happy with the current state of the heavy charge, its interaction, and its interaction with AI. Yeah, I don't dislike this. There is enough overlap, but it would absolutely be stretching a lot of rosters. Yeah, that makes sense. Whoa, 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 whoa! Rude. Why did I do that? White Mags is also great here. Yeah, that does make a lot of sense. Yeah, I took a class on Greek philosophy as well, man. It was interesting. The the lectures weren't the most interesting thing in the world for me, but I had my discussion session had a good TA, and that was really cool. I think that's the good stuff when it comes to philosophy, is actually having the discussions with people who know what they're talking about. Much more than just reading some things that people said a long time ago. Good old sorcerer. Tiger Dust and Lumitrix, so pretty close. Yeah, that makes sense. People moving away from stepping outside their comfort zones and experiencing art they aren't necessarily familiar with is directly related to the lack of empathy epidemic we're experiencing. Yeah. Wouldn't call that the whole cause, but you did say directly related, and I think that is incredibly fair. Mighty Charge is annoying for Apocalypse, but that's okay. We'll get through this. Whoops. Why would you do that, DLL? You read Down and Out was there. Ah, that's alright. Alright, we went a really long time without triggering Mighty Charge. I'll take it. Yeah, I think related is fair. One way or the other, Mookie. I would probably point both of them at another root cause, but I am gonna stop myself there. Whoops, go away. I was just about to say, is there a place I can quickly get 2007 star shards? And then I remembered the Paragon Gauntlet is unlocked. Excuse me. You know, I said I was going to stop myself, but I'm going to respond to Min and say that if you get through college without an activist TA, you're probably not doing it right. I know you already know who's coming to the game, but there are any Marvel heroes that are too strong comics-wise to come to the game. Beyonder does feel like one of them, but I think the main thing is that, like, it's not so much too powerful, but it's like, are they too powerful in a way that is boring to put in game, right? Like, I think the Beyonder would be boring to put in the game, right? I think Molecule Man would be boring to put in the game. I think Franklin Richards could work in the game. If we're talking like the adult Franklin Richards from Hickman's Secret Wars, even though he's pretty objectively too strong. We put Gallon in the game, even though that's basically Galactus as far as power level, and that is another, like, quote, objectively too strong. So I think it's less about power level and more about, like, is there a hook we can pull from to do cool things? So I think Spider Woman needs high sig. I don't remember exactly what her sig does off the top of my head, so that's a pretty good indication that no. Let me take a look. The Fury passives are nice, especially because they do let you hold on to them because it works on consumption. Like, yes, I think she benefits from high sig. I think that's more important than the intercepting benefit. And then the evade is purely a, like, safety net, right? So if I was going to rank for Spider Woman, I would probably want her duped and I would be feeding her SIGs. But if I just pull her once when I end up opening my Titan crystals in a couple weeks, she will go to rank 3 whether or not she has the dupe. I think Kid Franklin would be hilarious. But see, I think Kid Franklin is, again, it's like there's the representing a child in combat has like certain things attached to it. We can figure that out in various ways, but I think it's harder to get around that when the kid can actually fight by themselves, right? Like, you know, if we wanted to put Jeff the land shark in the game, it would be terrible for you to punch Jeff, but we can put Jeff in a mech suit, problem solved. Franklin in a mech suit doesn't really make sense because Franklin can just kill people, right? Yeah, Penny is another one who's in a suit. Um, but I think Kid Franklin, again, would probably just be boring, right? Like, it might be funny, but I think it would be boring. Because he's absurdly powerful, but how do you make, oh, this kid creates pocket universes and then goes and, like, plays superhero in them? How do you make that very, very cool thing work in a video game like this? Whereas adult Franklin is more honed and, like, has more combat feats to pull from, and I think would work a bit better. I don't know. Maybe that's just a lack of vision on my part, but as a designer, I wouldn't be excited um, by Kid Franklin. And I realize some of you may take that sentence in a weird place, but that's on you. Okay, Sheoth was good for this. Serpent was good for this. Thanos was even better. So if we have Sheoth, Thanos... Probably, like, Thanos would be fine for that, too. I mean, almost anyone can take that Taskmaster. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna start with Cheel Thanos Leader. And then... Where's Green Boy? And then we can swap to, like, almost anyone for Yelena. Probably just use Sinister this time. So I'll swap Shield for Sinister, and then we'll swap probably Leader for... I don't know, whoever. Kushala, maybe. Yeah, that works. Any chance that we'll get some new stages? At some point, probably. I admit, I actually thought we'd have a new one by now. Haven't heard anything about that in a while. I think the main issue with stages is just a lot of work, right? They are very detailed. So like from an art perspective, that's significantly more than a champion. But then like we sell champions, we don't sell stages. And I know that sounds callous, but like there is a certain amount of prioritization work that goes into what do we focus on. And as fun as it would be to make a bunch of stages, it would also kind of be just lighting money on fire and hoping it makes players happy enough. We did get a new stage with the Lotan fight. Not really, because that was in Odin's vault. It was just VFX in front of it. You might see more of that, hopefully a little better optimized. Yeah, I remember hearing that like the same basic problem happened with Marvel Rivals because they had a team for building maps, but apparently that happens in a lot of those kinds of games where maps don't make money, but they are very difficult to make well, and so like the map team gets smaller and more of that goes into the character team. I didn't really notice how detailed the stages were until the PC version. Yeah, I can completely understand that oversight. I keep seeing more things in the PC version. And like so that is the level of quality we'd want to stick to, right? I don't know. I would like to see new stages, but I yeah. Now I find myself wondering if we could like make an event of it. Like clearly voting realm events are a bit of a problem, right? Because when we did the Summoner's Choice rework and X23 one, like there wasn't a lot of energy to that. But I'm wondering if we could like improve on that process and do something where like you gave players some agency over it and it was like, okay, we're going to release these three stages, which one do you want first? And then people like do something that, yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be cool. I would like more, but I think it would probably, it'd be best for the company if you could build it into the rest of the game a bit. Oh, I did it again. I hate that stupid stun node. Yeah, Castle Hassenstadt. That was the most recent one. Really hoping for Jean, Bastion, Spider-Woman, and Yelena. Is that all, huh? So out of the new ones, that just means Gentle doesn't excite you, and Gallon's old news, huh? But no, I hear you. It's a really good pool. I'm looking forward to it. Sitting on 5 Titans, hoping for Yelena and Jean at least as the top pools. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I hear you, Dawson. Again, like, it's possible it would inspire somebody else, but I think if I pulled up the champion roster for 2027 and it said that January was Franklin Richards at 5 years old, I would not be calling dibs. Is all that is. But you know, that's one of the benefits of having a at least intellectually diverse team of designers, right? Because it probably would make somebody go, "Oh, absolutely, I want to do that." I mean, we're continuing to work on the Lotan lag, Rajat. But it's not like a... I don't know. The lag should be addressed. It's not like a single thing, which kind of seems to be the way you're describing it. Got a little bit lucky there. Danger Room is really good. And hey, Forgotten, maybe I already said that? I don't remember. I thought it, but hi. Okay. Drop Shield for Sinister. I mean, least resource intensive is anything that we can... like a title or something. Because if we want to put like an exclusive title in game, then somebody just has to think it up and then we localize it, which is industry speak for translate it, and then ship it off. That's about as simple as it gets. Maybe Mookie, but anytime you say could indirectly lead to monetization, you're gonna get some very skeptical higher ups. I do think it would be cool to have a stage that only shows up in really competitive places, right? Like, I like that idea quite a bit. It's just, it's usually not quite that easy. Well, that was rude. Hey, Saint, welcome. Yeah, Ares having his own stage would have been cool, but that's kind of the that's a good illustration in a way that like Ares already had an above average art budget on his own, right? Bosses usually do. Champion kit concepts. You mean like fan sourced black hole? Yeah, I'd be down to do that. There was a while where we were gonna do like a fan kit competition, and I was gonna like tear them apart is a little harsh, but you get what I mean. Like critique them and pick a winner. I don't think that ever got put together, but I'd be willing to, and I did get confirmation that I'm allowed to. Kabam Ein, the designer for Hyperion and Cosmic Ghost Rider back in the day, did something similar when he was the lead. I promise I'm actually okay at her special decks, y'all. She caught me off guard. Why did I do that? That was dumb. I wasn't ready. Hmm. Yeah, absolutely, Mookie. Like that's it's not it's not the fun part of the job, right? Like it's a running joke that very often my team because For those of you who haven't heard me describe this before, when we're just starting out a champion, we have like a brainstorm session, and then we have like what we call a tech assessment where we go through and we go, all right, we're picking some of these ideas, what would be necessary to deliver them. Then there's like the actual how, and then there's what we call a move lock-in where we go down the line and we pick like, all right, mediums and lights, what are we doing? Special one, what are we doing? Idle, what are we doing? With that tech, those tech requirements in mind, and that all happens before the animation process starts. In those meetings, which is, probably 8 or 9 members of the art team, a producer, and then the character designer attached to it. There is a running joke that my team tends to be like, well, I mean, if you want to attach extra VFX to that, that would be cool, but I am not asking for it. Like, I can definitely make the kit work without that. I just need these two small things. And then the art team will be like, no, we're doing it. We're going to do the extra stuff. And they love making extra work for themselves. And I'm laughing because I have also made extra work for myself a lot, but like there still are limits. There's still, even the extra work you do, you still have to think about like how much it's going to contribute to monetization, and that sucks. Because it would be a lot more fun if, I don't know, tax money went to subsidizing us and we could just throw out cool things. Well. Yeah, no, I know you get that part easy. Is that Ein thing still public? I have no idea. I never saw it. I was just told that it happened. Because I made a Luna Snow one that I looked at. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I imagine there's quite a bit of parallels with healthcare. That makes sense, Spooky. I'm sorry you have to deal with that. Fair number of my friends are in healthcare at some level or another. Oops. DLL forgot what nodes were. Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa! Why did he get more power? I forgot that he also gained prowess over time. Okay, well that sucked. Get melted. Not to change topics, but BAM introduced Radiance as new currency. There's a lot of people pushing Battlegrounds. Can't probably say, but I wonder how they would convert the war rewards into Radiance. Oh, we haven't published that yet, have we, huh? Power buildup. That was the problem. I pushed it to special too. My bad. Oh, it was in the live stream? Yeah, okay, that makes more sense. I thought we said something about it somewhere. Visual issues on the upgrade screen? No. Can you be more specific? Because maybe. Not known enough to me that I know what you're talking about off the top of my head. Yeah, they are literally different pathways in the code, Omega. There is a special part of the profile for what's called the power conservation at special 3 value. It is, this will shock you, not a high number on higher profiles. I think it's zeroed out on anything that you will ever run into, actually. I appreciate that, Mookie. That means a lot. Yeah. Still got 2 Titan Nexuses. Or Nexus, if you want to confuse people. Where'd the Deadpool go? Did I open that? Maybe I did. Nope, there it is. And 9 of those. And honestly, there's a decent chance. Maybe not a high chance. There is a chance that I can get a 10th regular Titan in the next 16 days. Well, I guess Battlegrounds would pay out, and depending on how I use the Radiance. Okay, yeah, maybe that's possible. We'll see. So, somewhere in between 11 and 12 shots. For my latest daughter. Three Nexus, counting down the days. Yeah, you and me both. And then another 3 months before I get a chance at my next character. Well, through this, anyway. I will be buying crystals, let's be honest. I'm not going for the mastery point. Oh, no, I am. You're right. I mean, it might deviate a little bit. If I do end up finishing in Mysterium, then I'll have a little bit left over, which is nice. But I'm also probably not going immediately for Titans. Oh, I guess I could definitely have another shot if I just did that. Because this... it's probably a better use. I mean, there's just a lot of goodies in here. We'll see how AQ shakes out for us as well. Nexus 10 pull is wild. Is that in here? I don't know, I lost you. Titan shards are burning a hole in my pocket? Yeah. All my radiance for the magic rework, but I don't know how long that'll be. It's gonna be a while. I'll just say that. It's gonna be a good long while. Plus a new victory track will start, new Valiant EQ. Yeah, exactly. Like there is a decent chance. I think I will probably have 12 tries. How much will I prioritize the additional mastery point? I mean, it's good. I'd probably put it directly into Limber. I haven't looked at my masteries in a while. Let's go do that. Yeah, I'm at 4. Yep, I knew it. I would probably just put it into Limber. Because I'm pretty happy with the rest of this. Like, more points in Stand Your Ground is annoying enough. Oh, wait, I didn't realize I was... When did I change this? Okay, I did something there. Those 2 can come out. Yeah, this I'm happy with. Why is... Why do I have perfect block on? That's not like me. It must have been because I was trying to do this temporary switch as cheaply as possible and then never undid it. Okay. Clearly I had a rough war God knows how long ago and forgot about this. Alright, I'm glad we talked. Pretty far behind in the XP game for the level points. That's fine. There'll be catch up. Wait, have I not been running max inequity this whole time? Jesus, no wonder my defenders haven't been doing as well. Okay. Well, yep, it'll still go into to limber. I can't believe I've been running. I can't believe I've been playing with a hand tied behind my back for this long. Oh yeah, I only play this game with a wired controller. Would love a mastery vid at some point for what it's worth. Um, I do have an old one. It's still pretty accurate if you want to check it out. I don't think I will redo it for a little bit. Um, but maybe at some point. No, but see that's the thing, Pablo, is I because of this, for the most like I have my masteries applied to my second deck. I've never applied them to my primary. Or maybe I have. I probably have. Yeah, see that one has recoil, this one doesn't. That checks out. Holy. You have to click on the relic? You click on the relic, then tab over to attributes, then click view stat focus. You can do it quicker. Okay. So from here, I'm guessing. Nope, that ain't it. You need to be really precise. Yeah, I figured it was probably the info. Okay. Nope. This is very frustrating. That's so stupid. I believe you it's there. I don't give. I don't care. Surprised they don't keep Sinister in the deck for defense. I mean, he bleeds himself and gives the opponent a Fury, so I don't really think he's doing a whole lot. Like, I played poorly against him. I played very poorly against him, but I should have won that round. And the biggest reason why I should have won that round is that he puts the shield on defense, gives the opponent a 40% Fury, and if you're playing intelligently, you should just be able to destroy him. No. I trust Clubs on this. I just don't care enough to actually find it. Okay, but at least now I know that if you... Let's scroll down to somebody who doesn't have a relic. If you click on info and then click stat focus, then yes, you can change your stat focus from here. Which I don't think matters to me anymore because I'm pretty sure I went through all of my 7 stars the other day and fixed this. You don't have to agree with all of them, but I think I at least took them all off the defaults. Maybe not him. I guess I didn't change all of the defender ones. Wait, did it not take? Wait, so you... Does that not work? Ah, I picked up Cyclops after. It doesn't update visually. He doesn't need it. Why is it even there if it doesn't work? Hey, Out of War, how's it going? Okay. Do I have unsaved changes? Then continue, because whatever I changed, I don't want to save it. Man, that UI is something else. Okay, let me answer a couple questions, and then I'm gonna go do something. Oh, I'm gonna go do my... Hold on. Double checking my Duolingo, I'm not gonna lie. I would just close the stream and do it, but I know there's a good question there. Okay, I have done my Duolingo for today, and I don't have any boosts waiting on me that will expire. So, I don't need to run. Okay, is willpower worth running 3 out of 3? I've heard 1 point is just as strong as 3, but I'd like to know the breakdown. So 1 point isn't as strong as 3, but it is all I run because 1 point is 0.5% of health per second, and 2 points is 0.6, and 3 points is 0.7, right? So you are getting 5/7, or roughly 63%. Wait, 73%. It's been a while. I don't work in sevenths very often. But you're getting roughly 72, 73% of the total possible benefit for that first point. Now, if you are regularly... Actually, that's not even true anymore because you generally don't do those swaps. If you have arcane enough mastery needs that you need to swap into recoil masteries without using the presets, then I think that is the single best reason to have willpower at 3 out of 3, because it is expensive to update between 1 and 3. But personally, I think it is generally just worth leaving at 1. You could make an argument for it being at 3 for defense, but I still think there are probably better places to put it, is what I will say. Because, like, given all the talk we just had about, like, you know, the difficulty of maxing out Inequity and Despair and Limber and Deep Wounds and Mystic Dispersion, and I don't even run Tech Collar, Mastery points are precious. I try not to spend them if I don't need them. And that means that you cannot convince me to run 3 out of 3 willpower. There are just too many other things that matter. Easy to hit the button reliably on PC. That is good. I run 3 out of 3 just to finish Serpent with the yellow bar. Hey, you do you. But I will definitely keep running Despair and Inequity for more broad utility. You've already gotten the answer, Mr. Stealthy, but I agree with what people have said. I would not take Tigra to rank 3 unawakened, I don't think. I would keep practicing with her. Like, that is worth it. But for her to really be worth using, right? Especially in today's game when, you know, there are certain things that make her job a little bit harder. For it to be really worth it, you want to have her pretty high sig so that you can start with the senses up. She's just a completely different champion. Yeah. But that's 2 hours. My wife is probably a little bit annoyed that I didn't get off stream 45 minutes ago, so I'm gonna go talk to her. But thank you, everybody, and I will see y'all soon. I do hope to get some videos out before too long. I have honestly not been super motivated to make them, but I will try and get some out soon. But I've been enjoying streaming for y'all, so hopefully that has been enjoyable for y'all as well. But take care. Have a good one.